Now turn to Section 4. Section 4. You will hear an introduction of an endangered species called the Tasmanian Devil, including its appearance and the reasons why it become endangered. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40. In today's talk, we'll be taking a closer look into the plight of one of Australia's lesser-known animals, the Tasmanian Devil, which is perhaps better well known as influencing the creation of the Looney Tunes cartoon character Taz. This is no doubt an important area in our topic of environmental awareness of endangered species this week. As the name implies, the Tasmanian Devil is found only in Tasmania, the southern island state of Australia. It is a marsupial about the size of a small dog and covered in black fur with distinctive white patches on the chest and the rump, which are unique to each creature. It is well built and stocky in stature, with a thick tail which is used to store fat. Thus, those with thin tails are in poor health. The male devil is slightly larger than the female, and they are capable of reaching top running speeds of up to 13 kilometers an hour. They are also able to swim in the rivers and lakes of the forest and woodland vegetation it prefers to inhabit. Its dominant sense is its hearing, and in conjunction with an acute sense of smell, makes it ideal for roaming in the night hours scavenging and also hunting for food. Its nocturnal nature means the devil spends its days covered under some bush, down a hole, or even in the burrow of a wombat. The devil has extremely powerful jaws, with the strongest bite of any mammal relative to its body weight, comparable to the great white shark. It eats carrion, the dead bodies of animals, and does occasionally hunt live prey, but its diet is mainly dependent on food available. It eats birds, fish, insects, and native mammals, such as wallabies. Yet, contrary to popular belief, it doesn't actually hunt sheep or cattle, but just feeds upon their carcasses. As a scavenger, the Tasmanian Devil cleans up the carcasses from the bush and helps to maintain bush and farm hygiene. The Tasmanian Devil suffered harshly from the colonialisation of Tasmania by the British, who believed it was a threat to livestock. A bounty scheme was introduced in 1830, and for over 100 years trapping and poisoning were used to reduce numbers. The devil was not the only animal to be hunted by farmers. The Tasmanian tiger was hunted to extinction for the very same reasons. The last Tasmanian tiger was reported seen in 1936, and although there are modern-day reports of sightings, none have been confirmed. Farmers were so successful in hunting the devil that it was brought to the brink of extinction. Thus, when the threat was recognized in 1941, it was declared a protected species, and fortunately, numbers recovered. Once again, the Tasmanian Devil is facing a threat to its survival with the appearance of the mysterious devil facial tumor disease. First reported case was in 1995, and since then, there has been a 20 to 50% decline in the devil population across 65% of the state. There is a genuine fear that the devil once again may be endangered. The disease begins with lumps and lesions around the mouth, which then develop into cancerous tumors around the face, eventually spreading throughout the entire body. The disease interferes with the devil's ability to feed, thus leading to death by starvation. Not much is known about this mysterious disease, or ways to control its effects. Therefore, programs have been implemented to save the devil. Culling of infected animals in certain areas has begun, as well as the preservation of small numbers in case the devil is completely wiped out. 48 devils have been relocated to wildlife parks in mainland Australia to preserve the genetic diversity of the species. In addition, insurance populations have been planned for an urban facility in Hobart, the state capital, as well as on Maria Island, which is located on the east coast. Careful consideration is needed on the introduction of the species to Maria Island, since the potential risks and benefits to the local ecosystem need to be assessed. With careful planning and further research into the disease, it is hoped that the Tasmanian devil will survive well into the future, and that history will not be repeated with Australia losing another of its iconic and unique animals. That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers.